It's difficult to tell how tall he was. I was up there, in that cage, doing the 4th floor windows. But I'll guess, what, about 6 foot?
How old do you reckon he was?
About 40, sort of greyish hair. He was using an hammer, very quick, and then with a spray can.
What was he wearing?
Light-coloured trousers, anorak-type jacket. I think it was green.
All right, thanks. Sarah Oscar 595 receiving.
Go ahead,
Hang on there, mate. We'll take down your personal details. Attention requested. IC1 male.
You got any idea who might have done this, Mr. Parker?
I've absolutely no idea.
It doesn't look like random vandalism. Anyone with a grudge? Against a bank, perhaps?
Oh, I'm just Mr. Parker's secretary.
I imagine all bank managers have to make difficult decisions these days. Can't avoid upsetting your customer.
I'd like to think we treat our customers reasonably.
All right, how about the description then? Male, about 40, 6 foot, greyish hair. Ring any bells at all?
No.
We get a lot of people in like that.
595 from Sierra Oscar receiving.
Yeah, go ahead, Sarge.
Got another criminal damage to a car. It's just round the corner from you in Malpit Road.
Yeah, show us in, Sarge. We finished up here. Must be having a bit of a spree.
All right, thanks for your help.
Come on.
I told you I won't try anything.
Of course not, Mr. B, because we're
517
not going to
from
let you.
Sierra Oscar receiving.
Yeah, go ahead, Sarge.
The van should be with you any moment.
Here, received. Thanks, Sarge. If you're going to threaten people with a knife like you did, we're not about to give you a chance to show us what you can do with just your hands and your feet.
Those two blokes would have pulped me.
Yeah, if they hadn't run away.
Because they saw you, yeah. Look, my wife, I've got to let her know where I am.
Just get in, eh? There'll be plenty of time for all that. Cheers, right. Excuse me, mate.
All done, Alan? Nearly. Give us a call when you've sorted it, yeah?
Sure. This your car, is it, sir?
No,
Do you know whose it is?
this isn't a police matter. All right.
Oh, really? Well, we had a call about criminal damage to a vehicle at this address. This vehicle looks damaged to me. We're here to investigate it.
Well, I don't know about that.
But you do know who it belongs to.
Yeah.
Right then, let's get a PNC check on it, Tony.
It's
Sorry,
Mr.
mate.
Grannon's. I work for him. Personal assistant.
And your name is?
Tucker. Sean Tucker. And you're wasting your time here. Mr. Grannon doesn't want to make a complaint.
Thank you. Well, I think we'll have a word with your boss. Easy.
Stop the work, please, sir.
Hold on. Sean, I told them you wouldn't want to make a complaint.
Mr. Grannon, is it? Is that right? You don't want to report this?
No, no point. I won't be claiming under insurance, so why bother? Don't want to lose the old no claims.
Mr. Grannon, there's at least £1,000 worth of damage out there.
No, not if you know people in the trade, there isn't.
Why did you call Sun Hill, sir?
I didn't. Jackie did, my secretary. And she was sitting here at her desk and she saw some bloke wrecking a car.
Could we have a word with her, please?
Well, you could have, but I sent her home. She was a bit wobbly, you know. I mean, the rest of us were out. She got scared and rang your station. Well, she'd get over it, but no, I don't want to report it, no.
Have you any idea who did it?
Well, Jackie didn't see him too clearly through the blinds.
We have reason to believe it may be connected with another incident that took place near here. Do you know of anyone who might have a grudge against you?
We make enemies from time to time. Goes with the territory.
Which is?
Property development, land, investment. It's hard to please everyone in this game.
Well, perhaps if you think of anything, you'll let us know, sir.
Sure, no problem. Don't you worry about me, all right?
Possession of an offensive weapon, Sarge. We saw Mr. Beater here involved in a scuffle with 2 other men at the Whitegate shopping centre. He was threatening them with this knife.
They were the aggressors. Let the officer finish. You'll get your chance in a minute.
When we arrived on the scene, a shop window had just been smashed.
That was the bloke with the check jacket. Mr. Beatty?
The 2 other men ran off on seeing us. We approached Mr. Beatty and asked him to drop the knife, which he did. We asked him how the fight had started, but he declined to answer, at which point we cautioned and arrested him.
Is that right, Mr. Beatty?
When do I get to make my phone call? My wife will be worried sick.
All in good time. First, we need your address. Right. Quick word. Right, Matt?
Excuse me.
Flat 8.
Are you aware that your prisoner matches the description of a suspect that was seen running away from a damaged car outside a branch of the Southern Counties Bank about half hour ago?
Well, no, I wasn't aware of that, Sergeant.
Yeah, and another car's been smashed up in Malpit Road. Now, George and Tony are dealing with it. If you want to have a word with them, they're on their way back to the area car.
Tony! George! Whitegate Shopping Centre. Is that near Mulpit Road?
We've got an A to Z if you want to borrow it.
Yes, George. See, Sergeant Cryer reckons the bloke we just brought in from the Whitegate Shopping Centre matches the description of your suspect from the bank.
Yeah, the Whitegate is just round the corner from Grannan's office.
I mean, the bloke we pulled in, Beatty, was holding off two men with a knife when we saw him.
Yeah, both the cars were smashed up in pretty much the same way. I'd say whoever it was did both.
Yeah, so Beatty smashed up the car at the Southern Counties Bank, then went down to Grannan's offices in Mulpit Road, smashed up that car as well.
Yeah, but he was seen doing it by Sean Tucker and the other bloke who worked for Grannan, and they chased him off into the shopping centre.
What, do you want to sit on in the interview?
Yeah, we were only going out for petrol, weren't we?
Grannan won't want to press charges. But if we can link Beatty with a bank...
OK, Paul, tell us what happened in the Whitegate Shopping Centre today.
2 men attacked me.
Who were they?
I don't know.
And why did they attack you?
They just threatened me and chased me.
And what did they say? Oh, come on, Paul. These weren't just two mindless kids looking for trouble. They must have had a reason for attacking you.
You'll have to ask them.
What about the knife you were threatening them with?
It's not my knife. It was the bloke with the check jacket.
Why didn't you mention this before?
You didn't ask. I knocked it out of his hand. I was trying to defend myself. I picked up this traffic cone, it's all there was, and I swung it at him. I knocked the knife out of his hand with the cone and picked it up. It was either that or let him get hold of it again. That paint on your hand, how did that get there? It was a first impression. I'd say it was the same colour as the paint sprayed onto the bank manager's car at the Southern Counties Bank. Now, we can take a sample. Compare it with the paint on the vandalised car. Will it match? I'm not saying anything. You also closely matched the description of the man seen vandalising the bank manager's car. Do you blame him for the failure of your business? Is that what this is about? What was it then? Didn't give you enough time to pay off a debt? Oh, you're way off target. OK. Explain it to me then. I blame myself for the failure of my business. But I blame the bank manager, Mr. Parker, for selling my home at 11 grand less than its market value. Your home which the bank repossessed? That's right. Well, you wouldn't be the first person whose repossessed home was sold on for less than they thought it was worth. Yeah, but they don't always get sold on the next day for an immediate profit of 11 grand. Is that what you're saying's happened to your house? Someone's made 11 grand instant profit at my expense. I still owe the bank. Are you making a specific allegation here, Mr. Beatty? What's the point? I'm just a failed businessman looking for someone to blame. If you're going to charge me, do it. At least I'll have my day in court to tell the world what those bastards have been doing. Go on, charge me. You'll be doing me a favour.
Of course, it could be exactly that. A failed businessman looking for someone to blame.
It has been known.
Yeah, but there was something about the bank manager. His secretary was a bit awkward as well.
What exactly?
Well, I tried to get him to suggest someone who might have a motive. He made out he didn't have an enemy in the world.
Bank manager without an enemy in the world?
Sounds fishy.
What do you reckon, Tosh? Fancy bringing the bank manager to justice?
Sit down, please, Mr. Beatty.
We're talking to you as a witness, not as a suspect.
Oh, yeah.
We need you to help us. We're on your side, believe me.
You know, if it was you who smashed up those cars, it wasn't very clever. You really should have come here first and told us of your suspicions straight off.
And you'd have taken me seriously.
How did you find out about what you say happened?
I got a phone call.
From whom?
Well, she wouldn't say.
Any idea who it might have been?
She must have been connected to the bank or Colin Grannan, one of the two. Otherwise, how would she have known?
And what is Colin Grannan's connection in this?
He bought the house from the bank. He got it for 96 grand and sold it on for 107 the next day.
Have you checked that?
I know what the house is worth.
Well, whoever made the call, it was obviously someone with a grudge against the two men. Maybe she was just getting you to do her dirty work for her.
It's genuine.
And you decided that on the basis of one anonymous phone call?
I know what my house is worth. What was my house.
I want to tell the bank manager we've got Beatty as a suspect, see what his reaction is. But it means I'll have to say that I'm handling the criminal damage investigation.
No, that's fine with me, Sarge.
Do you think there's something to what Beatty's saying, Sarge?
I don't know, Mike. He reckons he was tipped off about the fraud by an anonymous female caller. Then again, it might just have been malicious.
Well, bank manager's secretary might be worth a look.
What? There's the anonymous caller?
Yeah, she was a bit on edge when I spoke to her earlier. Might be nothing.
OK, we'll give it a whirl. You fit, Tosh?
Yes, Sarge.
Mike, are you going to charge him with the offensive weapon?
Let's see what Sergeant Greig comes up with.
Right.
I imagine as Mr. Parker's secretary, you must know all about the customers who are having financial problems.
I won't be able to tell you anything that Mr. Parker can't tell you. You got any suspects yet?
We're talking to someone.
Really? Greig and DC lines for you.
Ah, come in. Jim Parker.
Yes, Greig.
Take a seat.
Cheers.
Have there been any developments?
We've got a suspect.
Ah, may I ask who it is?
Paul Beattie.
Paul Beattie.
That surprises you?
I thought we sorted all that out. Can't believe it. Paul Beattie, are you sure?
Sorted what out, Mr. Parker?
His company went into receivership and he thought he'd been treated badly by the bank. Not particularly unusual in the circumstances, but...
His house was repossessed by the bank.
That's correct. It's something we only ever do as a very last resort. If we can avoid it, we will. But sadly, in this case...
Can I ask who it was sold to, the Beattie's property?
I'm sorry, why would you want to know that?
Well, it seems Mr. Beattie also bears a grudge against the person who bought his house from the bank. When he left here, he went round to the offices of Colin Grannon and vandalised Mr. Grannon's car as well.
But Mr. Grannon didn't buy the property. He has nothing to do with this.
Colin Grannon didn't buy the Beattie's home?
No. We sold it to a firm called Lamb and Rudd. They're a property development company.
Do you happen to know if they sold it on?
I'm afraid I don't know. You'd have to ask them that. Sergeant, is there any particular reason why you're asking these questions?
Well, yes, there is. Mr. Beattie's claiming that his house was sold at considerably less than its market value.
Well, that doesn't come as a total surprise.
He said this to you before, has he?
I'll put it this way. There was more than a little wishful thinking in the value Mr. Beattie put on his home. It was on the market for over a year before we finally had to repossess, and I'm afraid there was very little interest at the price he was asking. But of course, that's not uncommon amongst people in a negative equity situation.
I'm sure. Can I ask who did the valuation for you?
Certainly. It was Ritchie, estate agents.
And where are they?
Their offices are just down in the market.
And the solicitor who handled the transaction?
Mr. Jordan of Grant Nelson.
Oh, I know them.
I don't quite, Why are you getting involved, Sergeant? Has Mr. Beattie alleged something more?
He's alleging fraud.
Fraud? What kind of fraud?
He's not too clear on the method, but he's insisting that some kind of corruption's taken place, and that he's the loser by £11,000.
Extraordinary.
I'm sure you understand we have to look into it.
Of course, of course.
Right, well, I think that's all we need for the moment, Mr. Parker. Thank you for your time.
Oh, no, please. Anytime.
Thanks.
Sadly, when people lose their homes, emotion tends to get in the way of reason. Understandable, as I say, but it doesn't make our job any easier. Mr. Beattie's obviously very confused. I mean, where did he get the name Colin Grannon from?
We'll be in touch, Mr. Parker.
Very good.
On the face of it, all very reasonable and above board.
Yeah. He seemed to be very interested to know where the name Colin Grannon came from.
Didn't he?
Do you know something, Sarge? I really would like to knock that smarmy look off Parker's face.
The bank manager's definitely hiding something, though.
But you don't have any evidence against him or anybody else?
It's not unusual. I've been in touch with SO6. They know about this kind of fraud. It happens quite a lot, but they don't often get to deal with it. The thing about it, Gov, it's almost a perfect crime. Who pays any attention when people who have had their homes repossessed whinge on about the price they've fetched? Nobody. We expect it. And if nobody thinks that a crime's been committed, who's going to investigate it?
Yeah, but hang on a minute. I mean, this sort of fraud costs the building societies and banks money as well. I mean, they're the ones with the outstanding debt that's not been paid off.
Absolutely. And whatever the company, the head offices aren't exactly going to be pleased if they find out what's going on. They're probably going to sack the people involved.
Well, they're not going to want the fraud squad in, are they? I mean, it's difficult enough as it is flogging mortgages without that sort of publicity. So what are the chances of any evidence?
Well, probably not great, but I'd like to dig around a bit more before I drop it.
OK. Well, show me what you've got before you pass it on to SO6.
OK, Gav.
Sir.
George, how can we help you?
Oh, I've just had Mr. Parker, the bank manager, on the phone. He wants to drop the criminal damage charge against Beattie.
Does he now? I wonder why.
Come on.
I don't believe it.
They're dropping the charges, Mr. Beattie. It's supposed to cheer you up.
So I don't get to talk about it in court? We'll see about that.
Don't even think about it, Mr. Beattie. If this does go to the fraud squad, they'll want you to testify. And it won't help if you've been smashing up cars again.
So the fraud squad are taking it up, are they?
We've got some people to see, and if we get some evidence, yes. The fraud squad will take it up.
If you get the evidence.
We'll do our best, Mr. Beattie. Don't you worry about that.
Sign there, please.
Yeah, we do the property sales at Southern Counties Bank, do the conveyancing. That's the branch in Loftus Street.
Including the repossessed home of a Mr. Beattie?
Yeah, Mr. Parker did mention the allegations. Quite frankly, it seems that Mr. Beattie should never have attempted running his own business in the first place. A bit of a problem with reality, I'd say.
The company who bought the house, Lamb and Rudd, who do you deal with there?
Patricia Campbell. She's the MD.
Anyone else?
No, no one.
Did the bank sell a lot of property to Lamb and Rudd?
I should think that information is probably confidential.
What about Lamb and Rudd's offices? Can you give us their address?
Yeah, I think we can manage that.
Lovely man, Mr. Jordan. Did you hear that? Saying Beattie's got a problem with reality. How much more real can you get than losing your own home?
Business is for the likes of solicitors and bank managers, Tosh, not for the little men.
Yeah. That's what happened to me, you know, when I nearly lost my home. When you're down, they just want to push you under. Stuff the lot of them, that's what I say.
Yeah, 517 from Sierra Oscar.
Yeah, go ahead, Sarge.
Yeah, report of a disturbance at 87 Pitts Hanger Road.
Flat 8. Address of a
Mr. and Mrs. Paul Beech.
It's a B&B. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, received. Shows us dealing.
Sergeant. Cheers.
Good afternoon. Janet Allen, Office Lettings Manager. You wanted to know something about one of our tenants.
Yeah, I'm DS Greig, this is DC Lines.
Hello.
We need to talk to Patricia Campbell, the Managing Director of Lamb and Rudd. Does the name mean anything to you?
Yeah, they left a few days ago. They took everything. Photocopier, filing cabinet, the lot. And the place is empty. When I looked just now, there were 2 rolls of old fax paper and a couple of bent coat hangers.
You knew them, did you?
Not exactly. There was a woman who used to turn up a couple of times a week. I don't know if that was Patricia Campbell. I never spoke to her. I don't think you'll be seeing anything more of her anyway.
What days did she come?
I don't know exactly. I've got 3 buildings to look after. It seemed almost random to me.
OK, thank you.
No, not at all.
Thanks a lot.
Right,
Bye.
bye.
Look, can't we get the MD's home address from Company's house?
I've got a feeling that the name Patricia Campbell is going to prove to be a false identity.
Surely the solicitor would have checked if she was genuine or not.
No reason to.
No, I suppose not. Particularly if he knew that she wasn't.
No, let's not get too cynical about our friends in the legal profession. Greg.
Yeah, Mike Jarvis asked me to call you. The B&B that Mrs. Beattie's staying in apparently has been smashed up by a couple of heavies. Thought you'd like to know.
Do we know who's responsible? We got descriptions.
Well, if they do, they're not saying. Apparently there's some talk of children being threatened. Do you want the address?
Yeah, go on. OK, thanks, Bob. Looks like somebody's trying to discourage Beattie from testifying. 2 thugs threatening his kids, and they've wrecked his family's temporary accommodation.
We'll go there now, then.
No, I will. I want you to check out Mr. Parker's secretary. Get her down to Sun Hill. She might be more forthcoming when she's away from the bank.
OK, Sarge.
They were just nasty, man. We won't be seeing them again.
They won't be back, I promise.
You see?
Two men, but no one's given us a decent description.
Nobody get a good look?
Well, I wouldn't say that. Mrs. Beattie was here when it happened, but apparently she didn't see anything.
Paul, who did this?
I've no idea. I was on my way back from your police station when it happened.
I thought you wanted these people exposed. Paul.
We've lost everything except our kids. Do you want us to lose them as well? I think I'll forget the 11 grand if you don't mind.
Is that what they threatened? Mrs. Beattie, we'd like you to come down to Sun Hill. Give us a statement.
No, she mustn't.
I think we should, Paul. God, you don't want them to get away with this. Come with me.
I've said no.
Come in, Susan, and sit down. Look, Susan, we need to know what's been happening. Are you going to tell us? I think you want these people stopped.
What's Paul Beattie told you?
Nothing you didn't tell him. He's being intimidated and we're not sure whether he's going to press charges or not. 2 thugs went round to where his family is staying. and threaten the welfare of his children.
Gets worse. That man is unbelievable.
Which man is this, Susan? Have you got kids?
No.
You're not married then?
No. I was supposed to be getting married to him, but he wouldn't leave his wife. Said it looked bad for his career. I'm a bit stupid like that.
Was it your manager, Mr. Parker? Susan, how much do you know of what's been going on?
Everything, give or take.
Will you make a statement?
Sarge, I've got a description of the two men from someone who passed them on the stairs.
You know who they were, don't you, Paul? Look, I'm not promising anything, but if you testify, we'll do what we can to persuade the council to get you a proper house. Hopefully one with some degree of anonymity. They threaten these things, but when the ship starts to sink, they'll be watching their own backs. They'll forget all this.
It's gonna finish you off if you let them get away with this.
We're not just talking about doing a property developer here, Paul. We're talking a solicitor, an estate agent, and a bank manager as well. You may never get an opportunity like this again.
Nearly a full set. I suppose I owe it to humanity, really.
Colin Grannon is the one behind it. Jim, Mr. Parker, my boss, he was sort of forced into it. Grannon suggested Jim's wife might hear about his bit on the side. Me, if he didn't cooperate. Very upsetting for him, apparently. Well, Jim told me everything, which wasn't very clever. He'd obviously never heard of that saying, a woman scorned.
Who else is involved?
A man called Richie does the low valuations. Jordan draws up all the legal stuff, and Grannon gets his girlfriend Nikki to front his bogus company.
Lamb Wood Properties?
Yeah, that's the one. I think she uses a false name.
Yes, she did.
She puts the checks in and takes the cash out.
You're prepared to stand up in court and testify to all this?
I've just about had enough of bankers anyway.
Right, thank you. We'll need to talk to you again if that's okay.
Yeah, I think I'll probably stay with some friends, but I'll let you have their number if I do.
Thanks.
I'm sorry they messed up your things.
Yeah.
Right, well, if you'd like to wait in here.
Miss Manton's given us a full statement about the workings of the fraud.
Right, thanks, Susan. We'll be in touch.
Bye. Hell hath no fury.
Ah, well, I bet this little lot wished they'd thought of that before they started. Especially Mr. Parker.
Delta 904, November, Whiskey November. Occupant, IC1, male, failed to stop at an RTA.
What happened, Tony?
Well, the witness said that she just strapped the son into the car. She was on her way round to get into the driver's side and he Astra just hit her.
Didn't stop?
No. Witness said didn't even attempt to swerve.
Do we know who she is?
Yeah, Rebecca Wild. Found a purse in her coat. From right in front of her son.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he's over here. Thought it was the safest place to leave him in the car until the ambulance arrives.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
Right, Tony.
Sarge.
Best stay here, fill in your ARB and wait for the trap hole, right?
Sarge.
We're going to speak to the husband.
Right, see you later.
I won't go any further unless you want to get stuck.
Thanks.
Can I help you?
Yeah. We're looking for a Mark Wilde.
I'm Mark Wilde. What can I do for you?
Right, you're the owner of a red Volvo, registration C601GWN.
Yeah, well, it's my wife's car. Why?
I'm afraid there's been an accident.
How bad is it?
Well, your wife's been taken to hospital.
What about my son?
He's fine. He wasn't involved in the accident.
Well, they're both down at St Hughes. We're going there, so if you want to lift.
Thanks. Where's my son? Where's Jamie? He's all right. The nurse is looking after him. Your wife's in A&E. Oh. Well, how is she? She's still unconscious. If you want to have a word with the nurse, she's just through there. Right. Doesn't seem too concerned about her wife, does he?
They're separated. He's been telling us all about it on the way down here.
He's been giving me earache.
They're fighting over custody. He thinks his wife should give up work to stay at home and look after the kid.
Maybe he's right. What's the point of having kids if you're not prepared to stay at home and look after them?
It's not necessary, is it, Tone? Not in this day and age.
Yeah, well, it's none of our business. How'd you get on with the doctor?
What the hell's going on?
What's the matter?
I don't know who that woman is, but it's not my wife.
What? You sure?
Of course I'm sure. I might be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. I think I might recognise my own wife.
I mean, are you sure you got the right bed?
Yes. There's only one woman in there. You got the name right, but that is not my wife.
Who is she then?
I don't know. Never seen her before in my life.
Well, she was driving your car.
Oh, thank God you're all right. You glad to see Daddy?
She was carrying your wife's purse. She had your son.
Well, she could be anybody. I'm going to find out what this is all about.
Tony, you better stay here. Paul?
I'm doing what you should be doing. Looking after my son.
Where's Susan?
Rebecca Wilde?
Yes?
Who the hell's Susan?
Sergeant Boyden, WPC Page Sunhill. Can we come in, please?
Is Susan the young woman who picked your son up from nursery in Gatley Road?
Yes, why?
Who is she?
And what's she doing picking him up from the nursery?
She's a nanny. What's happened?
She's been involved in an accident, I'm afraid.
Is she all right?
Well, she's in intensive care at St Hughes.
Oh, God, no.
What do you need a nanny for?
Don't start, Mark.
Can we take some details, please?
Sierra Oscar from 408 receiving.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, can you confirm the index of the Astra involved in the RTA in Gatley Road?
It was Delta 904, November Whiskey, November.
Received. Yeah, it looks like the traffic warden was right. I'm outside a hi-fi shop now. I'm just going to go in and see if anyone saw anything.
Susan Webster.
She lives with her parents in Frithwell Gardens. Number 15, I think.
Terry Webster's sister?
Yeah, I think one of her brothers is called Terry.
You know them?
Carl and Terry Webster. Yeah, I know them.
I know they've been in trouble with the police. Susan told me.
What sort of trouble?
Well, let's put it this way. I'll buy a second-hand car off them.
These are the people you've had looking after Jamie.
No, Susan's been looking after him, not her brothers. And she's not like that. She's a nice girl. Reliable.
Do you know why she had your purse on her?
She was wearing my coat.
She was driving my car.
Well, what do you expect her to do? Bring him home on the bus? It looked like it might rain. I told her to grab a coat from the hall. My purse must have been in the pocket.
She shouldn't have been bringing him home at all. That's your responsibility. You haven't been so busy working.
Oh, don't start that again. Just as well I am working.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means half the money you took out of the joint account yesterday is mine. That money's supposed to be for the mortgage. We agreed not to touch it.
This isn't the time or the place.
Well, obviously you've got a lot to talk about. We'll be outside.
Is anyone else hurt?
No.
What about the driver?
He didn't stop.
Here, go ahead, Tosh.
We've got a name for the woman involved in the RTA in Gatley Road. Her name's Susan Webster, 1515 Frithwald Gardens. Carl and Terry Webster's sister.
Yeah, received.
All right, yeah, cheers. Bye-bye then. Sierra Oscar from 408 receiving.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I've just left the hi-fi shop in Chiswick Street, Gary. I'm on my way back in. I think I might have something that'll interest Sergeant Boyden.
Terry! Terry, hold on! What do you want? Give a word! You got a warrant? Look, it's not that sort of visit. Social call, is it?
It's about your sister, Susan.
Yeah, what about her?
What's going on?
Sue. Look, this is not the sort of thing you want to hear on the doorstep. Shall we go in?
All right.
Boy,
What is it?
Susan was involved in a road traffic accident. She was knocked down. She's at St Hughes.
How bad is it?
It's pretty bad. She's in intensive care.
Panda's outside if you want to lift to the hospital.
It's all right. We'll make our own way down there. We'll have to pick up our mum on the way.
Fair enough. Sorry.
Who hit her?
We don't know yet. He didn't stop.
Sergeant Cryer remembers booking him in about 12 months ago, but he can't put a name to the face. He seems to think you were the arresting officer.
Go back a bit.
Oh, Sarge, this is the security video from the hi-fi shop in Chiswick Street. As you can see, it's trained on the door, so you can see the street clearly.
Stop it there. Ronald Keegan.
Oh, I know Keegan. He's got a record as long as your arm. Robbery, GBH.
Well, now he runs a security company. It's just a front for a protection racket. Building sites, mainly. He sends in the vandals, then offers the site protection. If you don't use his security company, then the vandals just keep coming back.
Any idea where I might find him?
Check the custody record. I seem to remember him operating out of a pub. The DIO will know.
Cheers, Ellis.
Thanks, Sarge. What would Keegan have against a 22-year-old nanny?
Maybe nothing. But he might have something against her nearest and dearest. Only one way to find out. Ask him. Mr. Keegan. Sergeant Boyden, WPC Page, Sun Hill. We're investigating an incident that happened earlier today.
We thought you might be able to help us.
Well, it just shows you how wrong you can be, doesn't it? Same again with you, mate.
What car did you drive, Mr. Keegan?
Jag. Wouldn't drive anything else.
No other vehicle?
No.
So you haven't been driving a white Vauxhall Astra recently?
Nah. What is this?
A white Vauxhall Astra was found abandoned this afternoon, outside a hi-fi shop in Chiswick Street. Fortunately for us, the driver was caught on the security camera inside the shop.
We didn't pull your name out the hat, you know.
Look, it was an accident. She stepped right out in front of me. There's nothing I can do.
A lot of money to be carrying around, isn't it? How much is there?
$2 grand. It's me savings.
What's wrong with the bank or the building society?
People rob banks and building societies.
You mean people like you?
All right, lads. Mrs. Webster. How's Susan?
There's no change. The doctor's with her now. You caught the driver of the car yet?
Someone's helping us with our inquiries, you?
Who?
Afraid I can't tell you that.
That's my little sister in there.
Yeah. And you're getting carried away and doing something stupid isn't going to help her.
We'll find out.
You admit taking the car, then?
Yeah.
A white Vauxhall Astra, registration D904NWN.
Yeah.
Where'd you take it from?
The multi-storey car park in the High Street. I was on my way home last night. Been out on a piss. It was easier to nick the car than try and get a cab.
How come she was still driving it at lunchtime, then?
I was going to dump it.
What have you got against Susan Webster?
The young woman who you knocked down.
I don't have anything against her. It was an accident.
What about her brothers, Carl and Terry?
What about them?
You know them?
No.
What, they don't owe you money or anything?
I just told you I don't know them.
Well, that's a bit odd. Pair of villains like the Websters. I thought you'd know all the lowlife in Sun Hill.
Look, it was an accident. I nicked the car, I left the scene of an accident, I was driving without insurance. I admit it. So if they charge me, they'll let me go.
Yeah, well, it's not that simple.
We think Susan Webster was deliberately knocked down.
And we're going to find out why. So it's not a matter of TDA or driving without insurance. It'll be attempted murder.
We spoke to Susan Webster's last employer in the agency she works for.
Yeah, and they both said exactly the same thing. She's a decent, hard-working girl. Hasn't got an enemy in the world.
Yeah, so maybe it was an accident, like Keegan said.
Or maybe he made the same mistake as us. Got the wrong woman.
Paul,
Me? What makes you think he was after me?
Susan was wearing your coat and she was driving your car. You do look quite similar from a distance. He could have easily mistaken Susan for you.
So he made a mistake. That still doesn't explain why he was after me in the first place.
We think he runs a protection racket.
Extorting money from local builders.
Mark? You mean he's been trying to get money out of Mark?
It's possible.
And he didn't tell me. He could have warned me. If this bloke's trying to get money out of Mark, why is he after me? Why doesn't he just try knocking Mark down, do us all a favour?
Well, if he did that, he wouldn't get the money.
Earlier said your husband would take money out your joint account. How much?
Why?
The man we arrested had a large sum of money on him.
He took out £4,000.
Mr. Wilde, can we have a word? Might keep you a minute.
Yeah, what is it?
We've arrested the man that knocked down Susan Webster.
Oh?
His name's Ronald Keegan.
Did he say it was an accident?
The name doesn't mean anything to you then?
No. Was it an accident?
So he says. But we have reason to believe he's running a protection racket, demanding money from building sites like these. Do you know him?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, of course I am.
We've been to see your wife, Mr. Wilde. She told us about the money you've taken out of your joint account.
So? It's as much my money as it is hers. I don't see what my personal finances have got to do with you.
Ronald Keegan had £2,000 on him when we arrested him.
Did some work for me on site. Security work.
What, he offered to protect the site against vandals?
Yeah.
Did he threaten you?
No. I'll have to go. I'm late as it is.
Look, there's no need to be scared. Keegan's under lock and key in Sun Hill.
Yeah? But how long for?
Well, that's up to you. If he's been demanding money with menaces and you make a statement, we can do something about it.
I'm sorry, but you've seen what that man's capable of.
Yeah, but your statement will show intent. It could help prove what happened this morning wasn't an accident.
Exactly. If I'd hit that woman a couple of seconds earlier, before she put Jamie at the back of the car, it'd be my son lying in the hospital fighting for his life. Any money I gave to Keegan was for genuine security work.
I did some work for him. Security work. It's all legit and above board. Got invoices to prove it. You must think I was born yesterday. So he told you he gave me some money, so what?
How much does he owe you?
Why are you asking me? You've just spoken to him. If he wanted you to know, he'd have told you. If he don't want you to know, I can't tell you. It's confidential. What's this got to do with the accident?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out.
Well, you're wasting your time. You're wasting my time. It's all right for you. You get paid for sitting on your ass all day. I don't.
Mr. Keegan's asked to see a solicitor, Sarge.
Right.
Still got me £2,000.
Don't worry, I ain't spent it yet.
Come on.
How much longer are you going to keep him?
Why, what's from?
Well, nothing, but he's admitted it, hasn't he?
He's admitted the TDA and driving without insurance. But he's still saying what happened to Susan Webster was an accident. And I'm not sure it was.
Do you want to keep him a bit longer?
Till I make further inquiries, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Suppose it was worth a try, Sarge.
We told him we knew Wilde had given him the money.
Well, hoping you think that Wilde had made a statement? Or told you more than he actually did?
Yeah.
He's a bit long in the tooth to fork for that one, isn't he?
Either that, or he knows Mark Wilde better than we thought.
Maybe they both know each other better than we thought.
Hey?
We're assuming Keegan tried to knock down Rebecca because of protection money.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, Keegan's already had £2,000 out of him. Why would he take that and try and knock her down anyway?
Well, he might if Wilde only gave him half. Rebecca did say her husband got £4,000 out of their account.
Exactly. Why take out £4,000 and only give him 2? Unless he was going to give him half now and half later when the job was done.
What, you reckon Wilde hired Keegan to kill his wife?
Well, explain why he only had half the money on him.
So what happened to Susan Webster was an accident then? But only because Keegan tried to kill the wrong woman?
All right. All right. Got a good view from up here, haven't you? All right, innit?
Can you try and keep it brief?
Sure.
Hello, Susan. PC Tony Stamp, Sun Hill. Do you feel up to answering a few questions? Could you give us a minute, lads?
It's all right.
Thanks. Won't take a minute.
You seen Jamie?
He's fine. He's with his mum. Do you remember what happened?
I saw a white car coming straight at me. I just froze. That's all I can remember.
You didn't see the driver?
No, sorry.
Susan, can you think of any reason why someone would deliberately try and run you down?
No.
You've never been threatened? Anyone your brothers might have upset?
I don't have a lot to do with my brother's friends. I can't see why any of them would be interested in me.
There's another possibility. If the driver wasn't after you, could he have been after Rebecca?
Rebecca? No, why?
Have you ever heard her mention any threats or arguments? Anyone that might have got it in for her?
No, of course not. The only person she ever had fights with was Mark, Mr. Wilde. They used to slag each other off on the phone, you know.
What are the arguments about?
Jamie. They're both trying to get custody. Only Mr. Wilde doesn't stand a chance. Not unless...
Unless?
Something happens to Rebecca.
I wasn't even there. Why do you need me to go down to Sunhill?
We need to confirm that you gave Keegan the £2,000 we found on him when he was arrested.
I've already told you I gave it to him, and why?
Yeah, but we need it in writing. We have to take a formal statement.
A statement?
That's right. How much you gave him, when you gave it to him, and when you last saw him.
And then we can let Mr. Keegan go.
I gave him £2,000 yesterday. I haven't seen him since. I don't see why I have to trail all the way down to Sunhill just to tell you that.
That's funny. I've just spoken to one of the brickies outside. He says Keegan was here at lunchtime. Turned up in a white Vauxhall Astra. Spent half an hour in here with you and then left. Less than an hour later, Susan Webster was knocked down outside the nursery.
I'm arresting you for conspiracy to commit murder. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
It's not what you think.
Sister said you wanted to see me?
Yeah, sorry. I think I might have done something a bit stupid. After you left, Carl and Terry came back to sit with me. They wanted to know what we've been talking about.
And you told them?
Yeah.
Did you mention Mark Wilde?
Yeah, I just didn't think.
So why lie? Why say you haven't seen Keegan since yesterday when you saw him this afternoon?
Because I knew it'd look suspicious. I give him £2,000 at lunchtime, then a couple of hours later he knocks down my wife.
But he didn't knock down your wife. He knocked down Susan Webster.
No, but that's what you think he was trying to do. Knock down my wife.
Now, why would he want to do that?
I don't know. You're the one saying that's what he was trying to do, not me.
So how did you meet Keegan?
He came to the site. He runs a company that specialises in site security.
A protection racket.
It's a legitimate company.
Keegan can't run a bath, let alone a legitimate company.
So is that what happened, Mark? Keegan was putting the squeeze on you and you thought you saw an opportunity to make him earn his money?
No.
Or perhaps you just thought he was going to threaten Rebecca or maybe scare her?
No. I hired him as security for the site, that's all.
Maybe it was his idea. He could see you and Rebecca were having your problems and he offered to help.
You can't keep me here like this when I haven't done anything. I want to see a solicitor.
Matthew, how's it going? Bad as that, is it?
He's going to walk, not enough evidence. The only way we'll nail him is one makes a statement against the other.
And they can't do that without dropping themselves in it.
Keegan knows that it's keeping Storm and Wild's brief gets here, he'll know it too. Only half-decent brief would tell him to keep his mouth shut.
Well, shouldn't worry about it too much. It's only a matter of time before Keegan's banged up for someone else.
And in the meantime, Wild gets away scot-free.
Win some, you lose some.
Sarge, Tony's just called from St Hugh's. He's had another word with Susan Webster.
Yeah?
Well, her brothers are giving her the third degree. They know that we're questioning Mark Wilde about the RTA. Tony thought you might want to warn Wilde and Keegan, just in case.
Right. What time did he arrive?
Well, come on, Mark. You spoke to us earlier.
Yeah. And now you just keep asking me the same questions over and over again.
If my client's already answered the questions you've put to him, there's little point in him repeating himself.
That's it. I've had enough. Not saying anything else.
Interview terminated 1900. PC Garfield will show you down to custody and arrange for your release. Hope you're doing the right thing.
What do you mean?
What happened to Susan Webster was supposed to look like an accident. If we hadn't caught Keegan dumping the car, that's exactly how it would have been treated. We'd have been none the wiser. But because we can't prove it doesn't mean to say we don't think it was deliberate. And we're not the only ones. Susan Webster's family doesn't think it was an accident either.
That sounds like a threat.
No. It's a warning. The Websters aren't the sort of family to forgive and forget.
You're being bailed to appear at Sunhill Magistrates Court 1 week tomorrow. Sign there, please. And you're free to go. Please see Jarvis. We'll see you out.
This way.
Go on. Mark Wilde, Sarge. There's not enough to charge him. We'll have to release him when you're ready.
Cheers. OK, Mr. Wilde, mind how you go.
Is that a husband?
Yeah. Talk about getting away with murder.
Sierra Oscom 79 receiving.
You all right?
I was on the pavement. Drove straight at me.
Attention requested to a yellow Ford Escort heading west down Malham Street. Part index Delta 150. Occupant IC1 male driving recklessly.
Driving recklessly?
Received.
He was deliberately trying to hit me.
Well, we don't know that.
You know who it was.
I've got a pretty good idea.
It was one of her brothers.
You saw him, did you?
Nah, but it's obvious. What am I supposed to do now? There's some maniac out there trying to knock me down.
I'd try looking both ways before crossing the road if I were you.
Yeah, I ain't got eyes in the back of my head.
Pity, because you're gonna...
Right, come on in from the back now, come on. Bit of silence, thank you. Right now, without further ado, I would like you to put your hands together for Chief Superintendent Blake!
Thank you. Thank you. You know, a few moments ago I was saying to someone that this is the third time this year I've been called upon to make a speech at the leaving do for one of my officers. Now, we all know there's a lot of nonsense talked about coppers with a nose for a villain. Most of the time it's rubbish. But once in a while, you do find a copper who's a natural thief-taker. And Keith Whitman is one such man. From his early years at Brockton, then Tavistock Road, West End Central, and finally, here at Hoxton, he's probably put away more villains than anyone else in this room. He'd never tell you this himself, but I happen to know that if he'd so chosen, he could have been at DCI many years before he finally took the appointment. The reason being that he didn't want to stop working the streets with his team. Now, I think that says a lot about the man. About his integrity, commitment to the job, and his loyalty to fellow officers. Keith Whitman is going to be a hard act to follow. But follow it we will, because we all know that's what we're here for. And, to quote Keith's favourite phrase, there's no rest for the wicked. Right, Keith? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to propose the toast to Keith Whitman. Good luck in your new life. Now, I think this is the most important bit. Keith, because we all thought you might have too much time on your hands, we brought you something to keep you occupied.
If this is all that paperwork I left unfinished. Thanks a lot, all of you. Look, no speeches. I just want to say, I just want to say it's been a pleasure working with you all. You've been a great team, and thanks for this. I don't know what Pauline's going to say, but I'll be thinking of you all, slaving away. I'm out there enjoying the 19th hole at El Casablanca, so thanks a lot. And now let's get on with some serious drinking.
Be lucky if we get custom-made golf clubs when we go, eh, Jimbo? Not for the likes of us.
Oh, I don't know. When it's my turn, I think I'll drop very large hints about state-of-the-art hi-fis.
So, who's for a fresh one, eh? Jimbo, what you want?
Yeah, lager, thanks.
Sharon Pet?
I'll have an orange juice, thanks, Roy.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you're driving. It's a free bar.
Honest, just an orange.
All right. Back in a sec.
No, thanks. So how long have you known Roy, then?
Well, I don't. Well, not before tonight. He's one of your mob, isn't he? Hoxton, I mean.
Sorry, I thought he was a mate of yours. I didn't want to say anything.
You're safe there.
So what about the governor? Were you with him down West End Central?
Well, to tell the truth, I've only ever worked with him on joint ops. In fact, I'm supposed to be here with my DS, Don Beech. Apparently, him and your governor go back a long way. Oh, well. Speak of the devil.
Hello, Jim. How's it going?
I've just about given up on you. Most of the food's gone, you know.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I had some things to deal with. Hello.
Don Beech, this is Sharon.
Barrett. Hello.
Right.
We were just talking about you.
Have you? I don't believe a word of it. Whatever he says, he's just jealous. So, who would like a drink before I sit down?
I think we've got one coming. Mind you, knowing Roy, it could be a long wait. Thanks, I'll have an orange.
Jim?
Well, seeing as it's you, I'll have a large scotch, thanks.
OK.
You're really not drinking tonight?
Sorry, what?
You're not drinking tonight?
No, not for the moment. Listen, could I pinch one of your cigarettes now?
Yeah, sure.
Vodka and tonic, double scotch and orange juice.
By the time you showed up, I thought for a bit you were going to blow me out.
Garfield, how's it going?
Pretty good. Costing me an arm and a leg, but when you got to go in style, right?
Right. I never thought I'd ever see you giving it all up to play golf.
The truth is, when it's a toss-up between a Spanish golf course and freezing my arse off in Hoxton, well, what's it going to be?
Right. It's got to be Hoxton every time, hasn't it? I see Kenny Yates is still as happy as ever.
Yeah, still a pillar of the community, Kenny. You know, his charity All-Stars played out a lot of football last month, made a packet for the Widows and Orphans Fund, so even the superintendent will shake his hand.
Must have felt like old times. Kenny having a bunch of coppers chasing his team around.
Now, Don, don't get cynical in your old age.
He's been lucky. Still is. Still got to be lucky in this life, haven't you?
Sorry. Yeah, sure. You staying, right?
Right. Unless you start telling stories about Tavistock Road.
With what you've got on me.
Really?
Honest.
That's going to be the worst story I've heard all week.
Sharon, can I have a word?
Paul, listen.
I need to speak to you, please. I need to.
You promised you wouldn't do this.
Look, mate, I don't know what you think is going on here.
Mr. Jim, it's okay. Can you keep my drink for me?
Don Beech, how you doing, mate? Haven't seen you since Billy Waters do.
Hello, Roy. You okay?
I'm doing fine, mate. Never better, especially now.
Oh, yeah? How's that?
Reason we're all here. Good send-off for the old DCI.
Yeah, well, reckon he deserves it, don't you? It's not every day you clear 28 years.
Nah, you're right. Not everyone's that lucky. Shame he didn't want to stick around for the full pension, mate. Still, he should worry, right? Gets out now and he's home free.
Home free? How do you mean?
Come on, Don. You were in the same station with them, weren't you? Don't tell me there weren't stories about that.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm not with you.
DS Beech, isn't it? Sunhill. Tony Lowry, we met once at the Nick.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Tony, how you doing, all right? Good do your lot's put on here.
Oh, glad you could come over.
Well, I miss it. Me and your DCI go way back. You're on his team, right?
Yeah, that's right. Same as Roy here.
Not always the same team, though, is it, Tone? Remember? I need a drink. Don't what about you?
Don't you think it's time you laid off now, mate?
Listen, mate. I know when I want to lay off, all right? Come on, Don. Have a drink.
I've just got to drop these off and I'll be with you, yeah? Chance to catch up.
All right, catch you.
You didn't make Sergeant yet?
Not yet, no. So where'd you know the governor from?
Go back donkey's years.
Really? Listen, why don't you come over and join us? Give Roy the slip while you got the chance, eh?
No, thanks. I think old Roy there needs someone to talk to. Maybe get him out of the way for a bit, yeah?
I'll tell the governor you'll be back, right?
You do that. And don't worry, I'll look after Roy.
OK, if you say so. See you later, yeah?
Cheers, thanks. There you go, Jim.
Cheers.
Where's the girlfriend? Hope you're not responsible for that, young James.
Not me. I don't know what that's about.
Looks like a lover's tiff to me.
I'm telling you, I haven't done anything.
Yeah, well, this is hers. You can hold it if you like. Look, I've got to go and have a word with the bloke, get something straight, so...
Oh, yeah, great. You do realise the only reason I came tonight was because I thought you wanted the company.
Me? Whatever gave you that idea?
Hi. Sorry about that. Thanks, is that my drink?
Yeah, there you go. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just, it's complicated.
Look, would you like to move over there, out the way? I mean, I don't want to butt in or anything.
No, you're not. Yeah, actually, it might be better over there. Do you mind?
Of course. So, what's the problem, Roy? Not enjoying the party?
Oh, yeah, I'm enjoying myself, all right.
So what's this about the DCI? You and him had a bit of a falling out?
You'd have to know I was around for that. No chance. He's too busy taking care of business.
Business?
Yeah, business.
Sorry, mate, I'm not with you.
All right, I'll tell you straight. The only reason good old DCI Whitman is getting out before his full pension is because he doesn't need his pension. He's made so much dosh on the side he doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, well, I know his old woman's got a load of money.
Not his wife, him. Making it here, in the job.
Keep it down, Roy. People hear that, they might not think it's a joke. You are kidding me, aren't you?
No, I'm not kidding you. Good old DCI Whitman is as bent as a dog's back leg. Always has been. And half of them know it too.
Look, mate, I think you better tell me about this right from the beginning, yeah? But not here, eh? Let's go and find somewhere nice and quiet, yeah?
It suits me. I've had enough of this place anyway.
Right, over there, go on. Let's go.
His name is Paul Keating. He's a DS on the team. We had a thing together, you know how it is.
But not anymore.
No! I don't know why he won't leave it. I've told him it's over, but it's like he just isn't listening.
How long since you split up?
4 weeks. God, it seems like months. I took a week off sick just to give him time to get over it. But he kept turning up at my flat. Just sitting outside in his car. Listen, I'm sorry, huh? Just what you need. Come to a party, get cornered by some silly tart and her problems.
I told you, it's fine.
Yeah? Thanks.
Straight toilet water, right?
Oh, yeah, but, not so you'd notice, OK? That's for you.
Oh, OK. Thanks.
There you go, Roy.
What's that you're drinking there?
Vodka and tonic. Cheers.
Cheers. Used to getting away with it, eh?
Look, mate, I've known Keith Whitman for years. And if it wasn't you telling me this, I'd be laughing.
Yeah, gotta be a joke, hasn't it? Keith Whitman put away more villains than the rest of the Met put together. Super cop he is. 28 years in the job. How much do you reckon he's raked off in 28 years, eh? How much? 100? 200? More?
Look, Roy, I don't know that he's raked anything off, all right?
Nobody'd ever be able to find out anyway. It's not going to be sitting in a bank account, is it? He's put it all into that Spanish villa we all hear so much about.
Just because he's got a holiday home doesn't make him bent. He could afford that on a DCI's money, you know.
Oh, come on. We're not talking about some poxy little timeshare flat, you know. I've seen the photos. This is a flaming villa, mate. More bedrooms than an hotel. And there's him and his pal Kenny Yates sitting there by the swimming pool. Ask him. He'll show you the pictures. He'll show anyone, because it's not his, is it? All down in his wife's name like the rest of his little sidelines. All belongs to Pauline.
I don't know. Maybe it is Pauline's, eh? Hey, we know she's got money. The kids are grown up. Who knows what she's worth? Well, might a bit of it coming my way either.
She's not going to look sideways at you and me. Besides, she's too tarty for my taste.
Yeah, maybe.
Come on, my round. Same again?
No, you sit there. I'll get these. It's on the DCI's bill, right?
Yeah, make sure they know it too.
Same again, please, love.
The point is, Don, unless you know what's going on, no one's going to believe you. Perfect. He's so fireproof, Kenny Yates can even come to his leaving do.
So how do you know, Roy?
I just do.
Anything else?
No, thanks, love. Same as before, yeah?
Right.
Thank you. Here you go. So, tell me, Roy.
It's not easy, you know, Don. I've been in this job 18 years. 18 years. And where am I, eh? Bloody nowhere. That's where. And then you look at Whitman. He's had the lot. Wife, career, kids. Just fell into his lap.
Yeah, maybe.
No. Let me tell you. So I thought, why shouldn't I have some of that too? I'm entitled. Listen, Dom. I know you're a mate, all right? But you've got to keep this, you know. So just this once, I tell this bloke there's a way out of his problems. Because I'm standing there with the evidence bag. And all he's got to do is get lost and he walks. So I tell him, $2,000 and it's gone. 2 poxy grand. I mean, what's that to him? Nothing. Back on the street and make that back in one afternoon.
A dealer, right?
Right, dealer. And do you know what he says? He's smiling at me, poxy little slag. And he says, you better have a word with your boss then. I mean, I'm offering him a way out. And all he's doing is smiling at me and telling me he wants to see Whitman.
So what did you do?
Nothing. Bang him up right out the charges. I mean, I know then, don't I? I know even before old Keith sends Larry round to have a quiet chat.
So what did Larry say?
He said it all, mate. Jumped up little bastard. A good old DCI Whitman knows I made a mistake. But I'm not to worry. Everything will be just fine. So long as I know which side I'm on. They got me, haven't they? I can't do nothing, because if I do, it all comes out, right? I'll go down too.
Same again.
No, look, I'll get him.
No, you stay there. It's definitely my turn. Besides, it's all paid for anyway.
Hey, someone said there was $2,000 behind the bar, is that right?
So they say. Won't be much change left with this lot, though. What is it, a scotch?
Are you trying to get me drunk?
Could be.
Not interrupting anything, am I?
Paul?
Don't worry, no. You and him, that's fine. Just fine. What is it? Another one here, then a quickie in the car?
Look, mate, I don't know what your problem is, but why don't you just take it outside? Leave her alone.
Problem? You're my problem, mate. Sticking it in where it don't belong.
Paul, don't do this. It's none of your business.
You bloody tart! Get him out of here!
Look, you all right? Do you want to put some ice in that or
No,
something?
I'm all right. Why did he do that?
Because he's a nutter. Would you want a drink?
Yeah.
Shan?
Cheers, mate.
So who else have you told about this, Roy?
Just you, mate. One mistake, eh?
So what are you going to do about it? I mean, this is pretty heavy stuff. If you spill the beans, CIB and the whole lot could come in.
I don't know. I need to think.
And it wouldn't be just Whitman and Lowry they'd be getting. You'd be out too. No pension, maybe even charges. You got to think about that, Roy.
I know. I gotta think.
Look, maybe we should get out of here, yeah? Get some fresh air. What if I call a minicab, get you home? Roy, a cab, yeah?
Yeah.
You just wait there. I'll be right back.
Look, are you sure? Well, maybe you should give him more time to get clear.
No, I want to go now, Jim, OK?
Well, all right. But at least let me see you out, yeah?
All right.
What's up? You two leaving? No, I'm just showing Sharon to her car.
Can you give me a hand on the way? I've got to pour Roy Burns into a cab.
Oh, no, not Roy. I had him earlier. Hello.
Come on, Roy. I thought we were going to get a cab, mate.
Shh. Just want to say goodbye, don't I? Goodbye to good old Keith.
Yeah, come.
Good old Keith!
Come on. Come here, Roy. Let's go. Jim, grab his arm. All right, I am.
What are you doing? 1,000 Thousands he's got, Arcady boy, thousands! All right. Gotta be the best cop on the Met to make that kind of money. Hey, Lon?
Yeah.
Hey?
Of course he is, yeah. Look, hang on to a sec, will you? I'm going to call a cab.
All right. Sharon, you going too, Don? Tell you what, you and Jim, eh? You and Jim, don't you ever let them get you over a barrel, right? Don't give them nothing. They're fireproof. But not you and me. Not us. Understand?
Yeah, sure, Roy. Look, don't worry about it.
Nah, don't worry. Stuff them. All of them, stuff them. Thousands he's got, Keith.
Cab's on its way. I'll take him. I'll look after him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're gone. You go. Nice meeting you, Sharon.
Yeah, you too.
Take care. Come on, up you get.
Honest, Jim, you don't have to leave the party just on my account.
Oh, I wasn't going to stay much longer anyway. I'm up early on Obbo tomorrow. Another 8 hours of freezing my bits off in the car park.
Yeah? So how... I mean, do you want a lift?
Well, if... which is your car?
We can't just leave him, Jim.
Oh, he'll be okay. He's just lost his beer.
Oh, Sharon!
I can't, Jim.
Well, what are you going to do with him?
Oh, I don't know. Take him home, give him some coffee or something.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
What else can I do? Look at him. He needs somebody.
All right.
In you go. Mind your head.
He's not going to be sick, is he?
He'll be all right. You know where to go, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, Don.
Yeah, Gov, no problem. If he'd had any more, he'd be talking about little green men and pink elephants. Still, it's not your worry now, is it? Now you're off to the sun.
Yeah, a week from now I'll be on the Costa. But I wouldn't want to go leaving unfinished business. Nicer to wrap things up.
Yeah, of course.
So what I was saying before about Kenny Yates.
Yeah, he must have turned a nice few quid for you all these years.
Yeah, I've not done too badly out of him. So I was thinking, it seems a pity just to let him dry up and keep it all to himself from now on. Nicer to pass it over. If you think you could use it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Keith, right now, I think that Kenny Yates is a bit past his sell-by date. Oh, don't get me wrong, I really appreciate the offer. But with you gone, and no one to keep an eye on Burns, dunno, might be a bit exposed.
Yeah, well, you could be right. But I realise you've just done me a favour with old Roy there, so I'll tell you what. I did hear that Kenny Yates has just bought some property out your way, and I know in the past he's had some problems with his tenants.
Like what?
Well, lets a place out and then finds it's being used as a coke house or a layaway for bent goods. You might want to check that out. Could be a result.
Yeah. Yeah, now that might be worth looking at. Thanks.
No problem. Let's call it a going-away present. Anyway, I better get back in. I'll see you inside.
Yeah, right. Give me 5. Aye. Didn't expect to see you for a bit. Thought I might have been on a promise there.
No, it wasn't like that.
Good looker, though.
Yeah. So, you managed to get rid of Burns then?
Good deed done for the day. Can't feel sorry for the guy, though, really, haven't you?
So, what was he going on about? Whitman earning thousands? You are kidding, right?
All I know, Jim, is that Roy Burns is a loser. Always has been, always will be. The rest is none of my business.
Yeah, I know, but... Have you ever,
Been tempted? Wouldn't tell you if I had, would I? Sleeping dogs, mate. Sleeping dogs.